how we take care of our cars when we are pushing it to the limit.
7 pillows behind me because my feet cannot reach the pedal.
I spend money for the company in the right way.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Backseat Driver Show. I'm Julian and today we are doing things a little differently, and it's a little differently for very good reason. We have two guests today and we are going to talk a little bit about Motul. On my left is our motorsports lead for Motul and on my right is a motorsports enthusiast, Harold. We are essentially here to talk a little bit about, like I said, the brand Motul. And in case you guys are wondering what Motul is essentially a global French company that distributes, supplies, manufactures lubricants for all sorts of engines and obviously for all sorts of cars. I did say that right?
Yeah.
Yes, so, and we also want to touch a little bit about how important engine oil is, because I reckon people don't really care much about the engine oil. When people buy cars, they don't really care about the engine oil. Okay, so enough about me and Motul. Tell us a little bit more about what you do, Jay.
Hi, my name is Jay. Of course, I'm the motorsport lead for Motul Asia Pacific. So my job is part of the marketing company. I do sponsorship. In a way, I spend money for the company in the right way. So basically, I invest in the right team, the right racing team, the right KOL, the right people talk about our product in Asia Pacific.
That sounds sweet, man. That's about perfect. What about you, Harold?
Yeah, I'm the owner of Excel Motors and I am also a motorsport enthusiast. I do some karting, I do gymkhana, drifting.
Yeah, so we've been actually essentially on the same Motul trip to Sepang before, Harold and myself. We actually we had this Motul driving experience.
Yeah.
I think that was like 2017, 2018, it was like 4, 5, 6 years ago. But a little bit more about that later on. Right now, we are just very curious to find out a little bit more about 300V, which is Motul's Halo flagship model. Can you actually tell us a little bit more about this? I mean, what's so important about this premium engine oil like Motul and its well-known 300V?
Well, I'll start with Motul first. Of course, Motul, we are a 168-year-old brand, very well established in the market. We are the first to launch a multi-grade oil in the market. We are the first to launch a semi-synthetic oil available for cars in the market as well. We are also the first to launch an lubricant with Easter Core technology available commercially in the market for everyone to use. So 300V, of course, it features the Easter Core technology that we have here. It's our Halo product. It celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. It was first launched in 1971. Of course, go through many generations, different formulation, and what we have here is the latest generation of the 300V.
Well, 50-year-old is older than you and me. Yeah. It's like older than all of us. That's the thing. I didn't even realize that 300V had been around in the market for so long already. Have you?
Yeah, I heard about it. I mean, and obviously sponsors, right, from races and all this. Yeah, I do get to see them quite oftenly, I guess.
Have you tried 300V?
Yes, personally I did for a drift event, or rather a charity drift event that we had probably around 6-7 years ago or even more. So the workshop actually arranged for us to all use the 300V for that particular event, and then we were ferrying, kids and all this for the short drift experience like that last.
Okay, so Harold, from a motorsport enthusiast point of view, how does an engine oil matter to you?
Oh, definitely there are many things that is involved. Of course, the health of the engine. I would say that how we take care of our cars when we are pushing it to the limit. At the same time, holding temperatures, I mean, we cannot be rebuilding engine over and over again, right? It's costly and all this. So many people also would say that you should change your oil more often, especially as like for our usage. We go to track and then, drifting, we don't get much airflow, but we are revving the engine high. Good engine oil, it definitely helps us with the protection of the engine, and at the same time, we can push our cars to the limit. Yeah.
Okay. Because this sort of reminds me of our experience back in Sepang in 2017. or 18, can't really remember when. We went for a Motul driving experience, both of us. This was the first time we drove a single-seater car.
Yeah,
it was a Formula 4 car. So we went around the track. It was very interesting, but because of my size, I had like 7 pillows behind me because my feet cannot reach the pedal. But essentially, at that point in time, I didn't recall a lot about 300V. I mean, I knew what Motul was essentially, but I didn't see a lot of 300V. Maybe because I was still very ignorant then about engine oil, honestly, so I wasn't really that exposed. How long has 300V been in the market? Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of 300V at least?
Well, 300V has been around for 50 years, since the launch in 1971. 2021 marks its 50th anniversary and also marked the year that we launched this reformulated 300V in the market. It's always a go-to product for racing teams out there, be it factory team, privateer teams, and enthusiasts like Harrold. So, for example, this year at Le Mans, the Glickenhaus LMH team was using this exact product that we have, our users can buy off the shelf at the Le Mans 24 Hours race. So this product was designed for motorsports, or was formulated for motorsports users in mind, given the best technology, given the best durability, protection and power to every engine.
Okay, so if that's the case, I mean, because we already obviously know how well suited 300V is for high performance cars and for enthusiasts like Harrold, what about average drivers? What about the average drivers? What about me? Can this one fit my car, or do I have to get something else less hardcore, you know? Do I have to get something a little more easy? What is this? Can this be suitable? Is this suitable for average users, average drivers?
It's definitely okay for everyone to use. There's no hard no that you can't use this engine oil in your own car. Right? So for average drivers who use 300V, of course they will experience an increase in power, and we use the same motorsports technology that apply to a product that is commercially available for everyone else to use. So this is what they will experience. Coming to the viscosity grade of what they should use in their car, go with the manufacturer recommendation, because the engines are designed with that particular viscosity in mind already. But for motorsports usage, it's slightly different. Different teams have different preference on what kind of oil they want in their race tune engine, depending on what type of application and what kind of tuning you have in your race engine. This is the latest 300V. Of course, different generation of 300V is designed for different generation of cars in mind. Of course, for the previous generation of 300V, the lubricant was formulated for that generation of vehicles, whereby the emission was not so stringent, there was not so many downsized turbo engine available in the market as well. For the current generation, it addresses the modern engines, particularly with the LSPI issue on downsized turbo engines. As some of the users may experience downsized turbo, like a 1.2 turbo, 1.4 turbo, may experience engine knocking at high load. And of course, there is this emission standard regulation where the new cars are equipped with DPF and GPF. So this product itself, it's compatible with DPF and GPF. So made for the latest generation of cars.
Right. And of course, the DPF and GPF, you're talking about diesel and petrol.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. So Harrold, are you actually using 300V now?
Not now, I'm waiting for a G to sponsor.
I have never used 300V before, ever in my life. I've never had the chance to. Maybe I should. Do take note that this is a newly designed package from 300V. It comes in a metal tin, so if you go to a workshop, if you see this, you know that this is the newly formulated engine oil. This is for cars, this is for bikes, and this is of course for your engine gearbox. Hey, what is this actually?
This is a fancy.
Because I've been staring at it the whole time, man.
It's a very fancy bottle for our
Race car
Moto
drivers,
athletes.
huh? Oh,
Yeah.
right. It's damn cool.
So you have to race to get one of these.
If I can, I will just take it quietly later. So that's all we have for today's Backseat Driver Show. Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you very much, Harrold. And of course, thank you, Motul and Excel Motors for making this happen. So if you have any comment regarding Motul 300V Halo flagship product, do comment in the comment box below. If you want to find out more about the product, you can also click on the link in the description box below. Everything you need to know about Motul and the 300V are all in that link. In the meantime, stay safe, be well. Bye-bye.